correct.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I'm going to be all wrapped up.
Okay.
No, I've done, well, we did a podcast for over a year?
Nice.
Yeah, and it was all things flamingo, and it was just about Bloomington.
Okay.
So I did a lot.
Welcome to No Contingencies, a real estate podcast with no filters, no BS, and no safety nets. We are now on the air. I'm Liz Ryan.
And I'm Parker Pemberton.
And I'm Nicholas Warpole, today's executive button pusher.
That's a great title. On today's show, which is episode 2 of this podcast, we will hear some rapid fire hot takes from Parker. We're going to meet some agents, Beth Reilly and Dan Burling. We're going to talk about how agents should be using AI and also about some fourth quarter sales activities. And then we're going to try to stump the speakers with some AI demos. It's going to be exciting. Before we get to that, however, it's very important that we pause and acknowledge that it is Allison Barsh's birthday. And I know that she is listening from our other office. So happy birthday, Allison. We love you very much. And we missed Caroline's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Caroline. We also love you very much.
Hope you got my text, by the way. No response, no emotion to it yet. So
busy working, I'm sure. Okay, Parker, are you ready for some hot takes?
Yes.
Is that a phrase you use comfortably? Hot takes? I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that means?
No, I actually have never used that.
Excellent. All right, we're going with it. Okay, Nick, do you have our first headline ready for us?
Yes, except I'm slightly trying to work out whether we're actually streaming.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I do believe that we are. What are you seeing here? Okay.
Belle is nodding yes behind the scenes.
Bell is nodding yes. I'm getting it.
Always what we're looking for. Okay, so as a reminder, what we're doing here is we're going to pull up a real estate headline, and then you get 30 seconds to read it and give us a little bit of reaction, and then I'm cutting you off.
Okay.
Okay?
Ready? Okay.
Totally ready.
Let's go. Oh, the Facebook stream it's not playable. Okay. I think we just.
But we have no contingencies,
Yeah,
so we will
good.
continue talking.
There are no contingencies.
There are no contingencies.
Okay, so I think we're just going to have to keep going, and let's keep going with the first headline.
First headline.
Sorry, you can't hear me, can you? Here's the first headline.
Oh, thank you. All right, you got to read it and react. You got 30 seconds. Go.
Well, the camera's in the way. Trump
I
just
know.
floated a 50-year mortgage. Is that a good idea? I mean, I honestly don't think it's a bad idea. It's really only a program that's going to fit a certain type of buyer, and we don't have enough time to get into that. I think it's just another tool in the tool belt. I mean, if we had more time, I would say let's go back to the 40s and 50s when they created the 30-year mortgage, and let's see how that panned out. I think that the statistic was 40% of America owned a home in 1949, and by 1960, over 60% of people owned homes. So I'm in favor of home ownership. I'm in favor of allowing more people to own homes. So it points towards just allowing more people to buy homes, and we can get into the negatives some other time.
How do you want agents to handle that particular topic on social media?
Well, we covered this at length yesterday, but I think you're going to get a lot of opinions from a lot of people that read headlines or watch TV shows, and I think we need to be the lighthouse in the industry and share the actual facts of what's going on, the pros and cons of each. And at the end of the day, when we meet with our buyers and sellers, we are the advisor to their best interests. So laying out those options and telling them all of the pros and the cons of your options is one of the primary things that we do, right? Yeah. So continuing to do that at a high level and controlling the narrative, I like to call it being the advisor.
Yep, love that. All right, headline number 2, Nick, we're ready.
Okay, here we go.
Big Trump Day, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
You got to read it first.
The Trump administration wants to allow crypto-backed mortgages. Here's why. I didn't read this. This is from CNBC. But Trump is just the ultimate clickbait. He'll go and share something big, huge news, and then sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. And that's not my political take. It's just the truth over the last 10 years. But I do know this. I think there's a lot of major investors that are backing crypto, and I think there's a lot of people that are more interested in buying homes with crypto. So JP Morgan's one of them that came out and said this is probably something that's going to happen. I would bet that at some point it does.
Yeah, got it. Let me be 100% honest and say I have no idea what crypto means. I still don't understand it, and I have no intention of figuring it out. Nick, we're going to skip the next one and go to the 4th one.
Your wish is my command.
Thank you. All right, Parker, here you go.
You
got to read it.
I'm floored by this one. For the first time ever, the typical first-time home buyer is 40 years old. It was 36 years old last year. I think it was 33 years old the year prior. And it just shows how unaffordable housing is becoming. Things are just really expensive, and it's pushing that age up and up. But it just floors me to think that 40 years old. I'm 39. I turned 40 in March. It's devastating to think people wait until 40 to buy a house. We have to change that. We have to find a way to do it.
100%, yeah. All right, thank you for the hot takes. Those are our 3 headlines for today. Now we're super excited for the next part. Beth Reilly and Dan Burling are partners in business and in life, known for their affinity for flamingos and consistent use of hot pink in their materials. Beth and Dan bring the personality and passion, and we're so excited to welcome them to the show. Come on over, Beth and Dan.
Hey guys, I used flamingo color marker on my notes today, just so you guys know.
See,
Look at that.
branding is powerful.
Yes, it is. And you both have your flamingo pins on. I love it. It's great.
And the shirt.
Yeah, thank you.
And your shirt. Was that on purpose?
It wasn't, but it's all coming together right now.
That's right. You are influencing us already.
In case we're confused, we want some branding material. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Look at that. We've got some flamingos.
So cute.
And then got another one right here. Ooh.
Yeah, I wonder what our kids are going to say about us 20 years from now. You never know.
They don't like us.
Well, the important thing is that you're not trying to be like everybody else, and there is a story behind the brand, which is what I really appreciate. You guys own that, and it's something that makes you memorable to your clients. And it also makes you memorable in the community because every time they see a flamingo in the yard or a sign, they know it's you.
Exactly.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Ripped off a lot.
I believe.
Especially near the high schools. They're just, they're all over the
We
place.
have a high flamingo mortality rate near high schools.
Is the mortality of your flamingos a write-off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that $13 a piece.
We keep having boxes show up of flamingos because we know we had a listing near Jefferson, so it went bad.
Yeah, I believe that. Okay, tell us about the name. Where did you get Flamingo Group?
Well, there's two versions. There's Beth's version, then there's the truth.
Okay.
And I'll give you the truth.
Okay.
38 years ago, you were one.
I was a little.
I was visiting some buddies in Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And we were out during March Madness basketball. So we went to an establishment in the morning to watch basketball.
Okay.
And we were there for a little while. And 11 hours later, Beth showed up. And so the place was packed.
We're talking like you're day drinking on State Street.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
State Street,
Okay.
Wisconsin, Madison,
Okay.
Wisconsin.
On a Thursday, which is Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So she was there, and I caught my eye, and I sent her a couple drinks, and she was unimpressed. And then she came over, and we talked, and 10 weeks later, we moved to San Diego, California.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
And
every time.
when we got into the business, she got into real estate first. And when we got into the business, it's like, what do you call it? It's like, well, we didn't want to do the typical married Beth and Dan real estate kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I suggested the Flamingo Group. And the reason is the bar we met at was called the Flamingo.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yep.
That's such a great story.
Yeah.
Long story short.
Yeah.
There.
And the truth is she was incredibly aggressive that night. It was,
Yeah,
It was
right.
embarrassing. But, Beth has got to be Beth. So we'll.
Yeah,
There you go.
100%.
I don't know if I've said this before, but and Liz, you probably don't even know this about Kathy and I. We met over a shot of Jameson at Rascal's Bar in Apple Valley over a Thanksgiving. High school. They have the parties the day before Thanksgiving. 12 weeks later, we both moved to Palm Springs together.
No.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
similar.
Yeah, we
That's so wild.
there's a
That
lot
is
more
so
in that
funny.
story, but when you know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And that'll test a relationship too. You get on the road together.
Oh, yeah.
So had Kathy
always
gone
say
into real
vacations
estate,
are.
maybe you would have been the Rascal Group. I think it's probably good that she didn't.
That's a good call.
Rascals. I don't know what you'd be expecting.
Rascal
out of that.
real
Right.
estate.
Yeah.
I don't know either. Is the Flamingo Bar still there?
It is different name.
Oh,
It's called
no.
the City Bar now.
Oh,
But
that's
our oldest went to school in Madison, and I guess whenever he walks down State Street, he points at that. Says, "That's the beginning."
oh, that's so great.
We open up. I think it's a business idea right there.
There you go.
Yeah,
I don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so you alluded to this a little bit. When did you start selling real estate?
I was laid off 15 years ago or so.
Okay.
I was laid off and I was downsized. I've always been in corporate sales.
Okay.
And at the time I was selling a Fortune 50 and that company was bought. And then I was standing there. My age didn't help me at that time. I started to notice a drop in pay and what would be available to me. And yet I always knew that I could eat what I kill, right? So I just started, that's how I looked at real estate, is I started talking to people and looking at it from a business point of view. Pretty much always was from business. I didn't come in trying it as a hobby or anything. It was like, no, I have 2 kids in college. I'm all in. So that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah, she was. Over the years of our marriage, whenever we get into an argument, a really good argument, then we're on to something. And I said, you should go into real estate because you're in control. And that kicked off a good one. And I thought, ooh, I think we're on to something. As soon as she cools down here, I think we're onto it. So,
Yeah.
So that just doing the math on that would have been 2010-ish,
yeah.
11.
Yeah, and 2011 is when I went in. Yeah, is when
So
I started.
right after
It was still during the dump.
it was.
Yeah, because 2012, and I was just, the houses, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough to see the kids in the foreclosures and stuff like that, and I'd be walking through houses. So it was always about people. It had to be always about people, but that was not a great time compared to now. now it's a lot more fun.
No kidding. Were you in California at that point or in Minnesota?
We were in Minnesota.
You were here.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were here.
It's crazy how those new success stories rise from, the ashes of a horrible market like that. When the market burns down, not literally, but that was one of the worst crashes of all time. There's all of this new opportunity for the new people that want to jump in and take advantage of it.
Right.
And that's what you did. And I have a handful of friends that have done the same thing. And we just went through a period of time like that last 3 years. And we're still kind of in it, right?
Yeah, and we were super fortunate.
But you don't know what you don't know. So you show up and you say, hey, this is the market. I have to deal with it. And this is what I'm going to do.
Yep, but the part is you don't know what you don't know. So that's probably the best way to do it. Just like, I don't know, I'll just knock on a door and ask them.
So when rates go from 3.5% to almost 8%, although they didn't stay at 8 for long, that's the same feeling that you had when you got into the business. What's your mindset going through that again?
I think you really took the ball on it. That's when we've done coaching before, and I've done coaching throughout the whole, but you really took the ball on that as far as coaching and getting into coaching for both of us.
Yeah, and she's much more bold. She's the youngest of 6, and so she had to fight, a lot.
Woo. Love
And
that.
she would just, when I got into it 2 years later, she would knock on doors. She'd just go talk to anybody about it. She was not a secret agent. And so I learned that everybody, just tell everybody what you do. It's part of the conversation. And so the coaching helped out, and we had been fortunate enough to build a good base of people. And so our business is 100% from open houses and referrals.
Okay.
So we just really focused on that, and we're real fortunate during the last 3 years and this year. Yeah.
Well, and Beth is becoming famous for, can we talk about it?
Yes.
The Segway?
Oh,
Or is it are you
It's a
still riding?
scooter.
It's a scooter. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. You roll around the streets of West Bloomington
Yeah,
on a scooter hitting doors.
right. With a helmet and a flamingo attached to it. Yeah, this is a humbling experience. Yeah.
But it allows you to hit more doors and
Why
talk to more
don't
people.
I have a picture of the
I
helmet with
It's
the
on
flamingo
Facebook.
on it?
I even have it on video. It's quite good.
Oh my
The thing
goodness.
that I come back to there is 15 years in the business. You guys have sold hundreds of homes, and you're still out there door knocking your community, and you're connecting with people. I mean, the agents that are coming up today need to hear that story because it's the activities that drive business.
Correct.
You can sit on your what, or you can go out there and take action.
consistent.
And you guys keep doing it.
I
That's what I
think
love about
also
you.
we're really focused. I've talked about this before. It's called riches are in the niches. So if you're a regular, just look at it from a medical point of view. If you're a regular practitioner, you're going to make a certain amount of money. But if you're a brain surgeon or a cardiologist, you're going to make a lot more money. So that's why I focus in on first my neighborhood, then it got a little bigger. It's really Bloomington, and we sell the most in Bloomington as single agents. So it's
Beth and Dan, sorry to
good.
bump in. Getting a little request for you to scoot into the table just a
Okay.
little more.
How about if I just
Just
do
a
it on my
little
phone?
clearer audio. Get close to the mic.
The shared mic experiment here.
Yep.
Okay.
We're learning,
Mm-hmm.
but there are again no contingencies, so we're just gonna roll with it, right? How do you guys? You're unique in that you do this as a married couple. Maybe not unique, but rare. How does that work?
Again, when we got into it, my background was sales also. I was a certified financial planner. I sold retirement plans, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And when we got into it, it's like we didn't have a lot of people or experiences of how do you deal with this as a married couple. So we kind of stumbled for about a year and a half. And then we fell into what we still do now is separate duties. Beth takes it from the beginning on a listing, goes through paperwork, introduction paperwork, all the way up to open house.
Okay.
Once we have like we had one yesterday, now it's mine on open house. From there on, we're both at the open houses. We talk to everybody. We get a lot of referrals from that too, but offers come into me, and then I do the vetting, I do the due diligence, and I take it to close. So she'll tell at listing appointments, she'll say, I'm going to take you all the way up. You're not going to like me because I'm going to push you to get this, get it ready and clean. And she says, and at that point, I'm going to kind of ghost you because it's Dan's at that point. And it really has been a really good separation like that, and allows us to be married.
Seriously.
Defined roles, though. I mean, that's what it comes down to. In any partnership or marriage, you have to have defined things that you take control of, right? And own those things.
Absolutely.
There's a lot that can be learned in what you just said.
Yep. And we also we have time, but it's not real estate 24/7. I mean, we have our time that it's like, no, we're not dealing with it now. And we have breaks and
Family.
So, yeah,
I think that would be the hardest thing for me if Kathy was in the business. We've never tried it. We're not going to try it. But you finish a hard day at work, you go out to dinner, you're sitting on a patio somewhere, and it's got to be easy to just say, oh, what ended up happening with 1, 2, 3 banana?
Mm-hmm.
How do you avoid that, or do you just draw the line?
We draw the line.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like not now, And if it isn't urgent, some things we have to talk about and deal with, but most of it can be deferred. It's amazing what a night of sleep will do to people, and that are dealing with a tough decision. It's like, we tell that to clients all the time. If it isn't a rush, take a night, and that's what we do on ours too. So we're not on it all the time.
But I do sometimes pretend I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to talk about it anymore. I'm like, done.
You mean with each other?
You're so funny. Maybe earlier on, or do you sometimes find that you're in the other person's lane and they have to kind of push you back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Like right now, we're looking at something that's a unique listing, and we both have relationships. Dan started this relationship, and I'm backing out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a good idea for me to be here right now. Although they call me, want to talk to me right away because they expect to get the financials and an idea of what they're going to get out of this, and I will do that. But then I just fade. Yeah.
I'm out.
I love that.
I want to ask a question.
You got it.
So 15 years in the business, 2 terrible markets, and then like 9 years of the market ripping, right?
Yeah.
From like 14 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't proper math, but if you were to give advice to somebody who might be in their first year or their second year or their third year of how to sustain a career in real estate, individually answering this question, what would you say?
You got it, Reilly?
Go ahead.
Things I wish I had done early on was identify my sphere and not be anxious about talking to somebody about what I do.
Yeah.
Because she just said it the other day. I don't know, I think you were at the club or something, and when they find out you're a realtor, they want to talk about it. Everybody wants to talk about it. And if you're just getting into the business, you already know more than most people do. So, and then live on the confidence or on the experiences of people you work with. That's one of the things I love about the group, Pemberton Group, is that, somebody that's new coming in, we've been in it 15 years, have been through it. We got stories. You've got stories. And, stories are what is in sales. And so, don't be anxious about what you don't know. Lean on others, but go to your sphere and say, here's what I got going. And I think, that not only got us going, but also is sustaining right now because we're on a pretty aggressive path to follow up right now. So,
I think for me, it's be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's like always being uncomfortable. I know when I'm uncomfortable that I'm in a growth pattern. When I'm like, yeah, this is good, I'm feeling fine, that's always when something's going to blow up. I know it. But usually it's being uncomfortable. I talk to a lot of high school kids, and they like to talk about business. They're hungry to talk about money and wealth and the direction, what they should do next. And I've told them to take a lot of cold showers, and they're like, what does that mean? And I'm like, no, just be uncomfortable. Go with it.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good. You're kind of sweating. Go with it.
Foster that hate it but do it anyway part
Yeah.
of your brain.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Let's sit there for a second.
You bet.
Doing the uncomfortable things goes against human nature.
Absolutely.
And you have to make a conscious effort, a decision at the time. What goes through your head when you're making those decisions, and how do you get through those moments where you don't want to go do something?
Usually I have to quiet that little voice inside my head saying, stop it, don't do it, this sucks. So as soon as I get that guy under control, then usually I just feel like walking in the right direction is it. Like my feet are pointing this way, start walking. Does that make sense?
Just show up.
Yeah.
I mean, literally just.
Sometimes that's it.
And I want to point this out for anyone listening. You guys, and Dan, you're great at this too. Coming into the meetings, coming into our company-wide meetings or trainings, you guys just show up. You show up to all of it. You're in the group. You're learning. You don't act like you know everything.
We don't.
And that's something that I really respect in you. I think that's a success trait in lifetime achievers, lifetime people that want to get better.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
All the
We
time.
don't know any. We don't know everything.
Yeah, really.
I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, with the onset of AI, this is really a big part of why we want to be in Pemberton Group. Is I want to be around people talking about it. They give me ideas every day of what to ask AI, or how they're doing it, and that is important to jump in the next hurdle. It's really important.
Yeah, one other thing too. When she got into it, can I mention who she worked with at the beginning?
Sure.
Okay, Adina Realty. She goes over there, and I was traveling a lot with my job.
Mm-hmm.
She goes over there, and she went every day to the office, and she was garnering information from experienced people. There was a couple people that took her under their wing, but she showed every day, and it was uncomfortable. You know, you didn't know what you didn't know, but that's where going to these meetings, even if it is just the Tuesday meeting, go. You know, if you're sitting around going, I'll do it virtually, or go to the meeting, because you're going to meet somebody, you're going to talk to somebody. And, she was getting rookie records over at Edina because of the way she did it. And again, it's just showing up that she's very consistent on that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're always learning. And you can take something and say, hey, this applies to my business, or hey, it doesn't, but now I have that knowledge.
Totally.
Can I tell you a secret?
Mm-hmm.
This is confidential, clearly, because I'm surrounded by 4 cameras. You touched on AI and what we're doing with AI. We're developing this app called Pemberton One. It's been created, so it's on my phone right now. We're testing this. This is in beta. We have like 30 people on this app. And one of the coolest things that we're developing is, well, in this whole platform, there's a tool, and it says online present audit. Takes you into ChatGPT, helps you create a GPT for yourself, and then it will audit the internet and show you all of the inconsistencies of your brand and your name
I used it
online.
yesterday.
You used it yesterday. So we're building this into our app that every person at our company will have access to,
Very cool.
because we want everybody to be able to go and find all those different websites that have the inconsistencies, because we believe that this is going to be the search tool of the future.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's a little secret.
That's awesome. No, I did not.
And it's got all sorts of other
Well, I
things in here
learned it
too.
from the meetings.
Yeah.
Hence, good to show up,
Good
right?
to show up. That's right.
But the thing that just floors me is that I've been around agents that have been in the business for 30 plus years, 15 plus years. One of my family members is one. And a lot of people tend to have that mindset of, I already know what to do. I know what to do. I've been doing this for so long. Don't tell me what to do. And you guys, I think you said earlier, are the #1 single agents in Bloomington for sales. You have no ego. You don't flaunt that. You guys just show up, and you're humble workers, and you just try to go to the next level. And anybody listening to this, you seriously need to take a look at these 2 and follow them, and take a page from that book, because that's how you keep going up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We appreciate it very much. If you don't already, follow Beth and Dan or the Flamingo Group on social. Now would be a good chance to do that. Do you put most of your stuff on Flamingo Group or on your personals?
I've started in the last 100 days. Put it on my personals.
Where are you at on
and
that?
so
Is
that's
that done?
It was done yesterday.
It was done, and Beth is one of the
Yeah.
finishers. We did a contest where we asked agents to attempt to post something every day for 100 days, and Beth was one of the 25 or so that stuck it out till the end.
Yeah,
so
and I'll
good
get
job.
that
Yeah.
gift card for a coffee. Can't wait. I
No,
worked
it
hard
should,
for that.
it'll be about 40 or 50 bucks.
Yeah, she's ready for Starbucks.
That's
There's
Starbucks.
25 people out of 200.
Ah,
Think about that. 10% finish the challenge.
It was amazing.
One of the things, just before we sign
got it.
off, is just to talk a little bit about the silver tsunami, which is something we had talked about the first time we met. And it's really something that we're building on in our own business, and it's going to be a big part of our social media. And it's since 2011, every day 10,000 people retire at the age of 65, but they're not leaving their homes. So the tsunami itself is a fact where it's like, you know, how it gets dry and then all of a sudden you get this huge wave of water, and that's kind of the direction that it's going right now. We have 14 listings in all different levels, and 9 of them are all part of that wave coming in. Our biggest challenge for us as a company and as just going forward would be getting to the generation that's helping people leave their house. Most of them aren't leaving till their 80s, and your decision-making tools aren't always as sharp. It's very hard to make a decision on the pillow that you had in 1981 and also moving to a new place. Those are the same level of decision-making sometimes for the elderly, and so the child comes in, and we really are working hard to get to them because we want to help them through the process. It's a process, not an event. So it helps. I think the more our process is down and the more resources that we have to help that group, the better we're doing. So that's our challenge as far as what's coming up next for us.
Oh, I love that. What kinds of things, what kinds of resources are you putting together, or how are you reaching that audience?
Well, I think a lot of what we're having right now, their first questions are always about the difference between a trust and a will.
Sure.
And even I was having problems with that. So I'll be working with your in-house counsel, which would be Ed.
Shout out Ed.
Yeah. And he's giving me more and more ideas. And we're using AI too to get to that. The other areas are just the resources that we have to help people, which would be anything from junking to gentle transitions to really just having people that show up and help them through that next day. Each of the days of the process.
The referrals we're getting are almost, 75% into mom and dad or uncle or someone who's got a challenge. I call it a 4 1/4 follow-up. I call everybody buyer, seller. I call them 1 day, 1 week, 1 month after we sell, and then 1 quarter, and then every quarter from there on. And the number of referrals that we're getting to an elderly, and we require kids to be present. And the furthest Zoom call we've done with a kid was one of the kids lived in Australia.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
but
that was
the
tough.
kids have to be involved, and
They really do.
Yeah.
For our protection as realtors coming in talking about money and everything, but also that they know what's going on. Let's do this together. It's a partnership.
Well, and that takes huge diplomacy skills on your part to kind of herd cats and wrangle everyone's different opinions and emotions.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we do notice though, and again, I'll keep it brief, but we do notice that after we come in, we set the plan in front of everybody and gentle transitions, whatever is there and ready to go. We do notice there is a decline in the health of the parent pretty rapidly, and usually it's because they know it's safe, it's ready to go. We're done.
A plan has
I
been
got
made.
everything down. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've got some thoughts that we'll definitely need to follow up and have a conversation about. That's amazing. And the thing, I think you just kind of squeezed this in there, Dan, but 4 1/4.
Yeah.
That doesn't just
amazing.
apply to Silver Tsunami. That should be your follow-up plan for every sale.
right.
Anybody listening to that, write that down and re-listen to it, because that's gold right there.
And
because most people just sell a house and they don't talk to somebody again.
Yeah, and it's the third call that we get the referrals. It's
Yeah.
the 1 month that they're settled.
so good.
And they're appreciating. I've had some call me up they go, I know you're calling today on my quarter call or something like that. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, tell us what it is again. What's the 4?
1 month or 1 day after close,
Yeah.
the next day. And it's buyers and sellers.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of sellers that are moved out of state, but they're traveling and so it's 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and 1 quarter. And then every quarter from there on.
That's great. Great little piece of gold nugget there that everybody can
And
take
we're
home with them.
also able to have the diplomacy because we're both from 2 dysfunctional families.
So we're good. We're good.
Work.
Yeah, we knew it was going to play well at some point. We just didn't know now.
You knew it would be helpful someday down the road.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, guys.
Thank you so much, you
Thank
two.
you so much
It
for
was a
being
pleasure.
here.
Appreciate you spending some time with us.
Definitely a privilege. Thank
All
you.
right.
Awesome.
See you later, Beth and Dan. Parker, are you ready for a deep dive into
Yeah.
a pre-selected
I mean,
topic?
you guys, we're not technically kicking you out. It's just you're going to hear Liz and I go back and forth for the next 30 minutes. So
Just didn't want you to have to sit
Well,
on
I
top.
was interrupted anyway.
the lights are bright, right? Yeah.
That's right.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, we are going to.
That was by the way, that was so good. There's the many things in there. We should run this podcast, take the recording, throw it through ChatGPT, and ask it to transcribe the main points.
There you go, Belle.
Because there's some really good stuff in that conversation.
Oh, I completely agree.
All right, where are we going next, Liz?
We're going to go sales activities in Q4.
Okay. Well, and also, your term is Fat Bear Month, right?
Yes, for sure.
Which is always November.
Yep, it's October, but so Fat Bear Month is the Katmai National Preserve in Alaska does a contest every year to see which of their bears can put on the most weight, because for a bear going into hibernation, they have to consume crazy amounts of calories in late summer going into fall so that their body can survive through the winter. And we appreciate that because we think the analogy to real estate is you have to spend a lot of time building up your pipeline so that you have enough energy and people and prospects to work through during the winter when it's a quieter time. And so then we go right from that into, okay, now it's Q4. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's just a good reminder that we are in a quieter time of the season, and this is a time for you to take advantage of your business, not just sit on your ass and wait, right? I think your question was keeping up with sales activities in Q4.
Yep.
This is where I come back to two mindsets. Number one, strategic defense, and the other is aggressive offense, because you can play both at the same time. A lot of championships, if we're talking about sports, are won with great defenses.
Sure.
Often, whoever wins the Super Bowl, NBA championship, NHL playoffs, not golf, because you can't play defense in golf. You can if you're my kids and we're on the putting green, they play defense around the cups for sure.
Gilmore, I think, does.
Defense wins championships. So I always come back to this first. This time of year is built for you to do an audit of your business. Where are the financials? Where is your organization? What is your schedule like? Like, number one, if we were to take a survey of all the agents out there, I would bet that 90% of them probably don't even have a QuickBooks file set up for their business.
Sure.
They don't know where their expenses are. They don't know where the money's going. And anytime you have inconsistency in your personal life or your professional life, you're gonna have leaking oil. And so the first thing that I would tell everybody right now is get control of those expenses. Get control of your situation, as painful as it might be. I learned this lesson, 13 years ago when somebody challenged me to write down all of my expenses on a piece of paper. He said, just write them down so they're visible.
Yeah. And
you realize how much money you actually spend in things. And when we do this at a professional level, we run it through QuickBooks, we run it through spreadsheets, and we have a dashboard. Oftentimes I get made fun of for my dashboards, but it gives me
you say that and look at me. I don't make fun of you. It's somebody else out there.
I've gotten really good with spreadsheets, so you have to admit. It really, what it does is it gives me the ability to make decisions in real time, and sometimes I have to make really big decisions really quickly, and having those numbers allows me to do it. So on an agent level, you should absolutely take the last 6 weeks of the year and get organized.
Yeah.
Get yourself in a spot. Where are you spending money? What can you cut? Where is your baseline expenses? Because that's actually going to build the business plan for 2026. And then on the other side, it's aggressive offense in a way of what are you committed to doing every day to take action, like Beth and Dan just said, to take action of your business and go cause things to happen. And the first thing I come back to is, what is your routine? What is your schedule?
Right.
If your routine and schedule are made around the activities of your business, number of calls per day, number of hours in your CRM, number of open houses, door knocking, whatever your thing is, are you tracking it and are you measuring it? And if you don't, you truly just don't know what you're doing. So I think about it two ways: strategic defense, which is being financially responsible. It's being organized, but on the other side, it's going and taking action on a daily basis.
That's great. A little deeper on the offense side of that, I read this quote, or it's not even a quote, it's just a phrase that I think I like a lot. Micro consistency is better than seasonal intensity. What does that mean to you?
Well, if we relate it back to two other things that human nature struggles with, diet and exercise.
Yeah.
Right? If you strictly just take yourself to the gym every day, and that might be in your basement, by the way, if you just go there, you're probably going to be doing something that moves your body around.
Right.
And after a while, it's going to turn into a routine. And after that routine is in place for a while, it turns into progress. Same thing on the nutrition side. And the funny thing about food and nutrition is that 90% of the overall battle is nutrition,
Right.
and 10% is actually doing the, so
The exercise.
I look at real estate the same way. If you make that conscious decision to eat well and treat yourself right, it's the same thing as showing up to the office and making 50 phone calls.
Right.
I know it's hard, but let's start at 2 calls.
Yeah.
Let's do 2 today. And if we get 2 done, let's consider it a good day. And then tomorrow, let's try to do 5. And then let's do 5 for the next week. And if we can do 5 for the next week, let's celebrate that. And then let's hit 10. And let's find a balance of where that works in your business. I just think that everyone gets to this point of the year and they're like, oh, I'm behind on my goals. I want to sell more. I want to make, what does everyone say? 6 figures.
Yep.
I want to make 6 figures next year. Okay, well, that's cool, but what are you willing to do on a daily basis to get there?
Right.
That's the micro commitment.
Exactly. I always hear the objection, or I don't know, maybe I just think it's natural to have the objection of like, it's the holidays, people don't want to hear from you. Like, why can't I just take a break and get restarted in January?
Well, number one, don't be that guy at Thanksgiving or Christmas that's talking about real estate or trying to sell your family and friends on real estate. Okay. Number one, don't be that guy. There's a reason we host 2 major client events at this time of year.
Yeah.
Because we want to create an environment where our clients can choose to come in. And if they do, they get to have face-to-face conversations with us. That's about all you should do.
Right.
Maybe an end of the year audit of home value of people you've sold homes to. If that's your thing. I think about financial advisors who send you out your annual report. Why are we not doing that in real estate?
Yeah.
We rely on some automated, technology to send an AVM out to our clients, which half of those AVMs piss people off because they're wrong, right? So I think this time of year, be smart about what you do. Certainly don't kick the can into 2026 because 90 days is March, April, May, which is right in the middle of the selling season.
Right. So, that's the thing that we always have to come back to is that 90-day cycle of selling that if you take a break now, you're not going to feel it tomorrow. You're going to feel it 90 days from now. And then it's going to take another 90 days before you'll be up and running again.
Yeah. What I like to do, and I still do it, you can verify this. I like to work as hard as humanly possible through March 31st. I want the 4th quarter and the 1st quarter to be the 2 quarters that I work the absolute hardest in. And then I go take a vacation in April or May.
Right.
And we go to, I don't know, we'll go to Florida for 10 days. Great. That'll give me what I need. I come back and I kick off quarter 2.
I've never known you to go anywhere for 10 days ever.
Yeah, I know.
But yes, I get your point that keep it up in those couple of quarters so that in the traditionally busier quarters, you don't have to go quite so intense.
Yeah. And right now, if you can do it in quarter 4 and quarter 1, you can do it at any time in the year. You're proving to yourself that you can do hard things.
Right.
I would just, again, I would build that into your schedule. Just simple as that. Because I know what I'm doing next Tuesday. I know what's on I know what I'm doing next Thursday. Right. I know what I'm doing 4 Fridays from now.
Right.
Because I have a schedule that's been in place that we keep adding commitments to. And I know exactly what I'm going to be doing the next day. And I think you should do the same thing in your business.
Totally agreed. All right, Nick, I didn't tell you this, but we're going to do a second topic real quick before we get to our closing activity.
Sorry, what?
What? We're going to
It's
do...
not good enough, Liz.
Oh, okay, you're going to be fine. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, topic number 2.
Let's go.
We're going to do a little deep dive into using AI as an agent. We just concluded at our company a week of AI-related events. We did a large AI training with an expert, and we've done some smaller things in our trainings and meetings. Parker, just kind of give us generally, as an agent, what can you use AI to do?
This is a question we could talk for days on.
Sure.
Hopefully I can narrow this down to maybe a couple. And it's such a great tool that's right. It's coming at us like a hurricane.
Right.
But at the same time, it can be a hurricane of distraction too. Because if you're focused on the wrong things, it's not going to help your business. It's just going to distract you from doing more business. And I made the joke, it's this week in our company meeting, most people use AI to use the Sora app and put Liz's face on Parker's body and make, a joke of it. And that's cool.
Just wait.
And that's cool and fun, right?
Yes.
what's one problem in an agent's business today? It's time.
Yeah.
Let's start with email. How many emails do we get on a daily basis? How much junk mail do we get?
Yeah.
Tons, right? I mean, we have how many people on my email inbox?
Many. 4 at least.
For an agent who can't go and hire somebody to manage their email, you're literally always responding to your email. You are in constant response mode, and that's not a productive thing.
Right.
And there's apps. One of them is Fixer. Fixer, I think, it's like $19 a month. It attaches to Gmail or Outlook, and it'll categorize all of your emails as they come in, and it'll start to get to know how you handle emails, and then it'll also write emails for you and leave them in your drafts to review.
Right.
And that's one thing that AI is doing. Another, I think, instead of reading through lengthy documents, spending time reading through things, I know Ed uses this a lot, but you take a document, you put it into ChatGPT, and you ask it to transcribe it.
Yeah.
I just did this on a legal document, and it spit out 4 sentences and told me exactly what the legal document was saying.
That's excellent. I love it.
When normally I would spend time doing that, right? The next, I think, is I believe that people are going to be using ChatGPT and the other GPTs as a search engine
Right.
for things like who is the best real estate agent in Edina, Minnesota. And I think that if you're not paying attention to that, you're going to get left in the dust. And there are things that we can do about it right now that are so different from the past. Like, and when I say the past, Google AdWords.
Right.
You still can do this, but back in the day, you could spend $100 and Google would place you number 1 on the list. Now it's $10,000.
Right.
The same thing with Zillow, same thing with Realtor. And right now, what ChatGPT is offering is ChatGPT is going to go into the internet and it's going to find all of the relevant things about real estate agents in Edina. It's going to sort all those sites and all that data for you, and it's going to spit back the person that's most reputable, with the most reviews, the most present, and the most active.
Right.
And I think that that's a really, really interesting thing for the future, because I catch myself going into ChatGPT and saying, where's the emergency vet in Chanhassen, Minnesota?
Yeah.
And I used to go into Google to do that and sort through pages.
Right.
Now it says Flying Cloud Animal Hospital is probably your best bet. It's located on Viking Drive in, Eden Prairie, Minnesota.
Yeah. So in order to be found like that, what do you have to be? What does your presence have to look like across the internet in order for you to come up as, top real estate agent, top real estate broker owner in Edina, Minnesota? What do you have to do?
You have to make sure that your online presence is optimized and it's up to date.
Right.
Especially if you're an agent that's been moving around brokerages or has made changes in their life in general. I would go back in and I would ask ChatGPT, who is Parker Pemberton, realtor? And you're going to find what comes up. And you're going to see all of the different things in the internet that come up. And that's not good. Inconsistencies are not good in the world of ChatGPT or AI.
Right.
So that will give you an opportunity to go back through Realtor.com, Homes.com, Google, Nextdoor. I just did this the other day, and I still had Coldwell Banker on my Realtor.com profile.
8 years
I'm like,
later.
what profile is that, right? But when ChatGPT goes in there to find, information about Parker, they're going to bring that up.
Yeah.
So I would just start with a basic audit. The other thing, shameless plug, come to the trainings that we do on AI. We just held one. And what was it called?
Become a client magnet with AI.
With AI. Okay, we had this thing opened. We had this opt-in page open for 2 weeks. We had 147 people apply. I think we had room for 90. 98 people showed up. And the room was just absolutely packed. And it showed us that agents want to know about this stuff. So if you have an opportunity to learn in the marketplace, go to those things.
Right.
Well, can people get back to the replay of that? Have we got functionality for it?
100%. Just
Yep.
Comment on this anywhere, either on YouTube or on the Facebook, and just say AI replay, and we will be happy to get it to you right away.
And I know I'm still catching up on my Facebook from that too. Blake, Taylor, Emily, if you guys mention that to them, they can send you the link as well.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Can I give you my 3 top tips from that event?
Please.
Are you
yeah.
ready for this? First of all, build that online presence and your searchability on ChatGPT by getting as many Google reviews or Zillow reviews as you can. The way ChatGPT works is to pull that type of social proof. So bolstering that up, Google reviews are great because they don't have to be linked to a specific property in the same way that a Zillow review is. Build up, this is your own personal reviews, not the reviews of your company as a whole. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, post content that uses the language and the concepts that you want people to find you as the search result for. So for example, post about who is the top agent or what would a top agent do in Edina, and include your name all over it and where you work, so that when ChatGPT is scanning and collating and compiling all of that information, they see that repeatedly. And then the third thing, I'm actually taking both from Blake and Callie, who were both parts of that, talking about how to use AI and how to avoid the trap of feeling like, oh, now I'm AI, so I no longer have my own personality. They both had different phrases in their presentations that I just loved. Callie said, authenticity builds trust, consistency keeps it, meaning authenticity, the stuff you do yourself, the stuff that is not generated by ChatGPT, that's what builds the trust, but then it's the consistency and posting it over and over again and using AI to distribute it in multiple different ways. That's how you keep people's trust. And then Blake's was almost the exact same. In my story, AI will be my helper, not my hero. We're not relying on AI to come up with the message, but we are using it like crazy to get it distributed all the places we want it. And there are Liz's 3 tips on AI.
Yeah, and if you want the replay, let us know. You'll hear from our director of technology, Tyler Lewis, who had 4 or 5 really good tips.
Absolutely.
And yesterday he was in the office helping agents create custom GPTs for themselves.
I know.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. I think we're going to conclude with a look behind the curtain at our Pemberton real estate culture, which also brings in AI. Are you so excited for this?
I don't really know what to expect.
I know, which is my favorite thing. Yeah. Okay, so at our last, we hosted this large event about AI. Also, in the meantime, we have conducted a couple of branding photo sessions with our company photographer, Caitlin Nightingale. So we're going to put those 2 ideas together into our own fun little game, which is Guess That Face Swap. All right, Nick.
I just ripped on this.
I know you did. That's why I laughed when you ripped on it. You're going to love this so much.
Look, there's a time for fun and there's a time for business, right?
And with me, it's always time for fun.
It's a time for fun.
All right, Nick, give us face swap number 1. Come on, Ed, you can come look too. All right. What agent did I face swap into the Mona Lisa?
That's Allie Walsh.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding. I love it. Good job. All right.
Does she know that? Does she?
No.
Oh my God.
I have not shown any of the agents who are subject of my experiment. Okay,
Ready
show
for
us the next one.
Ready for number 2.
Totally. Who am I looking at here?
He'll hate you for that.
I know.
I've never seen him wear a hat ever. That's Sam Boatman.
It is Sam Boatman.
Sure is.
I think that's a Van Gogh self-portrait.
Look
Nick,
at that
what do you think?
beautiful branding photo.
That is a gorgeous photo, and there were like 6 of them that looked similar to that of Sam. Just gorgeous. Nick, am I right? Was that Van Gogh?
That is Van Gogh, yes.
Van Gogh.
Tomato.
Yes, 100%. All right, give us number 3.
3, here we go. And bonus points if you get the artist for this one.
0 chance that I get the artist. It's Katie Norman, though.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Nicholas, go ahead. Tell us the artist.
No, you need to tell us the artist.
It's Gustav Klimt.
There you go. All right.
Love Klimt.
Should we just roll straight on to number 4?
Will you please?
Here we go,
This
Parker.
is my favorite one.
Who is this?
Well, that's Katie's husband, CJ.
He got it!
Yeah.
Got it. Also known as Abraham Lincoln.
You've got to send these out.
Isn't this cute? I
Yeah.
love that.
Was that
also,
was that a Whistler? Who's the
you know what?
artist?
I don't remember.
Because I was like, is that a Manet? Is that a Velasquez?
We're going to have to find out for
I'm
sure.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
All right.
So number 5.
Number 5.
Parker, you ready?
That's Angie Hannon.
Yes, it is.
Ding, ding, ding.
You did so well.
It's not hard. Although you picked artists from like the 17 and 1800s.
Those are
That was
classic.
Johannes Vermeer. the
Very well.
famous-
From what
The
country?
girl. Oh, he would have been Dutch. He's from Holland.
He's from Wales.
Yeesh. All right.
Love
that's-
it. Okay,
that's
you ready for the last
my
one?
best Dutch.
Sure.
This is the best one, I think.
Okay.
This is Frida Kahlo.
Yeah.
But who am I looking at?
Liz Gust.
Yes, it is.
The incomparable.
That's exactly right. Liz Gust. That's Frida Kahlo. So that was our AI experiment
Let's let those live on the TVs at the office.
for a little while.
Let's let them rotate until next meeting.
I think people will enjoy that.
Good work. Who
Yes,
did
thank you.
that? Who's responsible for that?
You know that was me.
Really?
100%.
She was very nice. She sent those to me the night before, and I fell asleep. She comes into my office, stomps in, and says, "You're in trouble." I'm like, "Oh gosh."
I really did stomp it.
Yeah, you did. And she said, "You didn't look at my message." So I pulled it up and, promptly thanked you for your genius. But
Overreacted for me just as I was hoping he would. So it was great. Hey, that is it for today's episode of No Contingencies. If you got value from this conversation, take a second to share it with another agent who's serious about growing in this market. And if you're looking for a brokerage that's forward-thinking, accountability-driven, and built for the next chapter of real estate, we should talk. Thanks for listening. Now get out there and make something happen.
See you guys.
thanks, friends.